Breaking news tonight. The Prime Minister calls the U.S. indictment on RBPF officials an unforgivable breach. Also, the United Nations launches a mission to raise awareness on violence against women. And a new airline takes flight in Abaco.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now. Those who have betrayed the trust of the Bahamian people will be found and they will be brought to justice. Our commitment to restoring integrity in our institutions is unbending and unyielding.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Top story tonight, a case attracting both national and international attention. A U.S. federal indictment has been filed in the Southern District of New York, implicating high-ranking officers of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and other Bahamian officials in a cocaine and arms importation conspiracy. The Prime Minister addressing the matter in Parliament today, delivering a communication on the unfolding controversy. The details are in this report.
The chips must fall where they may, and those responsible for this betrayal must face the full weight of justice.
A 19-page indictment filed in the United States District Court of the Southern District of New York has rocked the nation, alleging a drug trafficking conspiracy involving corrupt Bahamian government officials and high-ranking members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. The indictment claims that since May 2021, traffickers smuggled tons of cocaine through the Bahamas into the United States with insider assistance. The allegations have raised serious questions about the integrity of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Prime Minister, the Honorable Philip Davis, in a stern address, vowed that such betrayals of public trust would not go unanswered.
The government of the Bahamas will act decisively to ensure that those responsible for these breaches, regardless of rank or position, are held accountable.
The Prime Minister revealed that he had raised concerns about an uptick in cocaine interdictions with senior U.S. law enforcement officials on 3 occasions, including earlier this year. He noted the increase in drug flows could not have occurred without strong intelligence. Prime Minister Davis has announced plans to meet with the leadership of the country's armed forces, issuing a warning to corrupt officers within their ranks.
The tree will be shaken until every bad apple falls. To those who believe they can outsmart the systems of justice and intelligence, let this serve as a clear and stern warning. The days of operating in the shadows are over.
The indictment also alleges that in exchange for $2 million, a Bahamian politician would authorize law enforcement assistance, including armed Royal Bahamas Police Force officers, to facilitate and protect cocaine shipments.
I've directed the Minister of Foreign Affairs to issue a diplomatic note requesting further details.
Prime Minister Davis condemned the betrayal, calling it an attack on national security.
For our Christmas break, I'll bring to Parliament new legislation aimed at strengthening the oversight of the conduct and operations of our law enforcement agencies.
Well, also in Parliament today, members wore orange ribbons to show support against violence to women and girls. The color also worn throughout the world as the United Nations continue to raise awareness in this plaguing issue. Our Shalia Rose shares why many believe this initiative is significant.
Bright orange signifying a future free of violence against women and girls. The United Nations starting this initiative dating back to 2008. Every year since, the Unite campaign focuses on a 16-day civil society-led campaign of activism against gender-based violence. The Minister of Labor and Public Service, the Honorable Pierre Glover Rule, highlighting why it is important to stop the violence against women.
We see comments as they float around and they speak to They ain't hear the women saying nothing. The time for talk is over. I think we've all been talking, the women, the men. We stand and we are resolute in our commitment to ensuring that justice prevails.
Residents in Grand Bahama standing with stopping the violence against women, especially after a 12-year-old and a 72-year-old female was found sexually assaulted and strangled recently. Many residents say that it is important for Bahamians to return to their core values.
We need to return back to traditional values.
I think it's important for us to bring awareness to this cause because the Bible said, women, we are the weaker vessels.
It shouldn't happen to start with, right? We're not supposed to be protectors and providers and not injuring and harming females.
Women and children, it really wrenched my heart. Really heartbreaking to see that these things are happening in our communities. We need people to speak out more.
Now community activists weighing in on why it is important to support the Stop for Violence Against Women, also adding what can possibly be done to educate males on how to treat females.
I think we should have more programs to educate men.
I had a bad example in the home. I need to be around people who can give me a good example.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Shalia Roll.
In news from Abaco, Abaco's economic reawakening is getting a strong nudge as a new business opens in the North Abaco community, setting its sights high above the sky. Corville Python reports on the opening of the new Family Island Air Limited Company.
It's a proud day for Kristen Jones. He started his construction company some years ago, and just over 4 years ago, he dreamt up having his own airport. Fast forward to today, and that's all but complete. A ribbon cutting and blessing to mark the opening of Family Island Air Limited in Treasure Key, North Abaco.
I think it's going to be a success. We're at this stage right now. This is only the first stage. But hopefully by the end of January, we should have some hangers going up. We should have fuel in about, I think, 8 days. Fuel is already on the island. I'm heading for shipment here. So by Friday or Saturday, the fuel should be on the island.
Already fuel trucks are on site. The finishing touches to the building, which will include offices for customs, immigration, and police, are ongoing. Prime Minister Philip Davis, who has come to know Jones well and by his own admission has made some interventions on his behalf during the course of this project, says this kind of initiative is needed, especially on Abaco.
I believe in the Abacos, just like I believe in all our family islands. That belief in the beauty, promise, and untapped potential of our family islands is the driving force behind this administration's focus on family island development.
Mr. Davis says with this project, Abaco's economy stands to gain considerably.
This expansion of our air transportation infrastructure is a game changer for Abaco. As the community of islands thrives on the vibrancy of its tourism sector, so many hotels, shops, and hospitality workers stand to benefit from an uptick in air traffic. Thanks to this operation, we'll see a transformation in how Treasure Key welcomes its guests, ensuring that every traveler, whether here for leisure or business, is met with excellence.
The company projects 25 full-time employees, a real boost, it says, to Abaco's economy. For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Corville Python.
And still to come.
When we come back, 10,000 residents will have a hot meal on Thanksgiving thanks to the Let's Make a Difference campaign. That story, sports, and more when we return.
You have enough things to worry about. Living in a world that can seem opposite of the things you are trying to accomplish.
I can need a little help with this month.
We're here to let you know that you don't have to go at it alone. Choose peace of mind. Choose comfort. Choose CB. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Grand Bahama. It's all about giving thanks, and at Dolly Madison, we love to say thanks by giving back. Come on down to Dolly Madison on November 29th and 30th for the post-Thanksgiving Thanksgiving sale with up to 25% off store-wide. That's right, up to 25% off store-wide. Open Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and on Saturdays from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you missed the last sale, you won't want to miss this one. See you there. Dolly Madison.
It's Football Sundays at Prop Club Beach in the Grand Lacayan. Catch all the action from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. with happy hour deals all day. Great food, cold drinks, and your favorite teams. Call 373-1333 for more info.
Sweet Swirls invite you to their grand opening on Friday, November 22nd at 12 p.m. in the Masako International Plaza on Settlers Way. Experience healthy fruit smoothies, sea moss, jello, and soft serve ice cream with your 4 daily flavors. Your dessert is our medicine. Don't miss it. Third Dimension is having a Black Friday sale, 25% off store-wide and 15% off all tiles. This Friday and Saturday, November 29th and 30th. Store hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. That's Third Dimension, bringing Black Friday home to you.
Don't miss the Black Friday 25% off sale at Park and Shop this November 29th and 30th, including underwear and ragtag items.
Agape House, in conjunction with Hands Across Grand Bahama, presents a Thanksgiving food drive giveaway on the grounds of Agape House this Thursday, November 28th from 3 p.m. until. This event is free. Don't you miss it.
Join the World AIDS Day church service under the theme, Take the Right's Path, at Mount Zion Baptist Church in 8 Mile Rock, Grand Bahama. Hosted by Reverend Agatha Martin, Senior Pastor. Unite in faith and action this World AIDS Day.
Grand Bahama Tiles is having its biggest Black Thursday and Friday sale ever. On Thursday, November 28th and Friday, November 29th, you can save 25% off store-wide. Save big on natural stone, mosaics, porcelain, slate, ceramic, wood look, and elegant wall and floor tiles. Upgrade your living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, or the whole house with big savings this season. It's 2 days of the biggest savings you cannot miss. Hurry in and save big. Call 352-7920.
Craving big Bahamian flavor? Get to Tropical Gyros, where you'll find juicy, boneless chicken that packs more meat, pound for pound. Filled with our Chef Culmer's loaded lineup, tender chicken, shrimp, salmon, lobster, grouper, and conch gyros, all topped with our signature tropical sauces. Gyros, bowls, salads, tri-jerk chicken, lemon chicken, lamb, or grilled veggies, dine in or take away. Visit us on West Settlers Way or call 602-7062. Tropical Gyros, Bahamian owned and packed with flavor. More meat in every bite.
Number 1 team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. A last-minute rally by the Let's Make a Difference campaign in its efforts to assist various families and individuals around the island who have not been able to recover since Hurricane Dorian and COVID-19 as it prepares going into this year's Thanksgiving this coming Thursday, delivering a promise to donate hot meals to the residents who are in need. The cause, which provided over 3,000 hot meals throughout Grand Bahama on Thanksgiving Day last year, is setting a new goal. Head officials of the campaign say this time around, its aim is 10,000.
I know we see the hustle and bustle every day, but there are people on this island that are in need, and we want to be a helping hand. Or if only on that day, we will do that, because it is the genesis and the beginning of something great.
I did not have all the means when I was younger, and someone fed me. As a result of them feeding me, I'm able to feed someone else today. And that's the message we want to put out there, especially this Thanksgiving. We forget a lot about ourselves. We need to put ourselves, take a bath, take a break. We may not eat this year, this Thanksgiving, but we eat every day. Some persons don't see a hot meal.
Yeah.
The lofty endeavor is being supported by numerous new and returning local volunteers and sponsors, all sharing the utmost enthusiasm to spread positivity during the appreciation-centric holiday.
it was an awesome experience. The residents, of course, been through a lot, and so they're excited to have something on a day like that, a meal that they didn't have to prepare themselves. And so it's buzzing now, and everyone's excited, and so hopefully we can do more this year.
It was a no-brainer when they called me to be a part of this.
Serving others is always important. People in our nation are in need. Just like Jesus, we were placed on earth to serve and to not be served. Myself and the Grace Christian Academy team are extremely humble to once again be a part of this great initiative.
Well, Sweeting's Key is rebounding. Senator James Turner was in attendance to the grand opening of Winnie's Restaurant and Bar over the weekend. In his visit to the Key, Turner stopped to residents' homes to hear their stories, while also adding that Sweeting's Key is bouncing back better than ever.
Today, I'm on Sweeting's Key. Amen. Early this morning, I was here with a team of individuals, and we were going house to house, just speaking with people, you know. Because if you want to know what's happening with people, you got to talk to people. Right. Because all over the Bahamas and all over Grand Bahama, there's some places where things are closing, and they are not opening. But I'm happy to tell the rest of the Bahamas today, Sweeting's Key is alive, Sweeting's Key is well, and Sweeting's Key is opening.
Residents on the Key now expressing their excitement of the revitalization of Sweeting's Key, as recovering from Hurricane Dorian was extremely hard.
I'm excited because in the last 5 years, it's been tough for us here in Sweetings without this type of facility. And to see this today, this is a dream come true.
It's a sign of growth and resilience. To see this today is, it's a happy moment for us.
Well, as we continue our series highlighting women in policing on this 60th anniversary, tonight we feature a woman whose role allows her to be a part of shaping the future of the organization. Jolanda Thompson-Everest reports.
Inspector Adrienne Williams of the Royal Bahamas Police Force embodies poise, dedication, and a steadfast commitment to service. She holds a special place in her heart for the Police Training College. There she finds fulfillment in nurturing and mentoring new recruits, ensuring they are well prepared for the challenges of serving as officers.
We are breaking barriers. We are paving the way.
Although administrative tasks may seem like mere paperwork, this sharp intellect is respected for her no-nonsense approach, inspiring the recruits to stay sharp and maintain good standing.
Mentorship. The persons I come in contact with on a daily basis, I get to greet and meet new individuals, and I get to interact. I get to show them, hey, policing is something that not because we have the authority. Sometimes we can show empathy. Sometimes we can show compassion. You have to ensure that the recruits' welfare is being taken care of. You have to ensure that they're getting the educational knowledge. You have to ensure that they're getting the discipline. You have to ensure that they have welfare issues are being taken care of. You have to ensure that the administrative office is running correctly. We have duplicitous roles here at the Police Training College.
Inspector Williams reflects on how being initiated into the values of law and order from a young age shaped her understanding of discipline and responsibility. She didn't realize at the time that these early lessons would have a lasting impact on her life and career as she progressed through the ranks to become an officer.
I grew up in a rural area where the police were there. Their presence were felt, and I wanted to be the change that I saw.
She emphasizes that women add a compassionate approach to policing, noting that the Royal Bahamas Police Force is now much more inclusive of women.
We bring diversity. We bring discipline.
And that's a look at stories making news. Jay, Thanksgiving is around the corner. Opening ceremony happening today.
It was a big opening ceremony. 2 teams from the United States, Aram Bailey, and also some teams from Grand Bahama participating in this year's Thanksgiving basketball tournament.
All right, that's going to be an exciting one to watch. That's coming your way next. But first, a check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Third Dimension. Paint sale going on from December 1st to December 31st. Buy 2 Durant gallon paint, get the next one free. Buy 1 gallon Durant paint, get the next 50% off all December long.
It's happy hour at Prop Club Beach in the Grand Lacaille. Join them every Friday and Saturday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. for great food and drinks. Open Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and until midnight on Fridays and Saturdays. Don't miss out.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
This Black Friday, get ready for amazing savings at Conant Bahamas. It's a 40% off Black Friday sale for 2 days only, Friday and Saturday. Cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. The perfect time to transform your home with top quality products and unbelievable savings. 2 days only, Friday and Saturday. The Conant Bahamas 40% off Black Friday sale. All locations, Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Black Friday sale time, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Freeport, don't buy that ticket just yet. The biggest Black Friday event is about to come your way. November 28th, 29th, and 30th. Mark your calendars. Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center is bringing our 3 days of blackout right to your doorstep. Thousands of items from Amazon, Home Depot, and Walmart, all at their U.S. online listed prices, freight and duty paid. It's a shopping spree like you've never seen before. Don't believe us? Bring your phone and Google it. Join us at the large warehouse on West Settlers Way next to Thompson Trading. Don't miss out. Be there or be square.
You're going to get more to be thankful for from BTC this November. They're teaming up with What's Trending to give away a $200 Visa gift card and a Bahamas Air voucher. Just email the latest paid receipt from either your BTC postpaid or fiber internet account to saleshq@znsbahamas.com and you will be entered to be one of the lucky 2 winners whose names will be announced on What's Trending on November 28th, Thanksgiving Day. More to be thankful for from BTC, only on What's Trending.
Here at Freeport Decorators, we have hundreds of products for you to choose from. Whether you're in the market for trophies, plaques, rubber stamps, corporate signs, any kind of interior signage, stamps, or seals, we're your one-stop shop. We feature glass, acrylic, crystal awards for every occasion. We build all the trophies here on site. Looking for a gift item? We feature pens, key rings, mugs, tumblers, barbecue tools, even bamboo cutting boards. Have something already? Bring it on down. Let us see if we can print that special something on it for you. Need a headstone? Memorialize the memory of your loved one with a beautifully lasered granite marker. Our store hours are Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. We focus on customization. So if you have an idea or a new concept, bring it on down or call us at 352-5557 or even WhatsApp your idea to us at 646-0777 and we will do our best to make your awards and recognition ideas a reality.
Good evening, I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports. The opening ceremony of the Tabernacle Falcons William Dale Burns Thanksgiving Basketball Classic took place earlier today. Here's Matthew Martinborough with more on that.
The William Dale Burns Basketball Classic is fielding high anticipation from local and international teams. Present at the opening ceremony, the Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bowleg, extends his words of support and encouragement to the teams in attendance.
At its core, the William Dale Burns Basketball Classic is a platform for growth, unity, and inspiration. First, this tournament serves as an unparalleled opportunity for young athletes to showcase their talents. It is here where dreams are kindled.
As tip-off time nears, teams are gearing up to claim the trophy for this year's tournament. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
Next in sports, scores from primary school girls basketball playoffs. Sunland defeated Maurice Moore 10-0. The Stingers was led by Gigi Colley, who scored all 10 points for the Stingers.
I feel good, and I've been practicing, and I hope we win our next game. I hope we be like the big boys and we win our championship. I feel very good that I was able to score 10 points.
It's just about teaching them the right things, teaching them strategy, teaching them plays, and, just teaching them the basic things of basketball.
The other playoff game saw Freeport Primary take down BMES 8-1. Hannah Davis scored all 8 points in the win.
It feels good to be playing basketball this year. I feel good. My team doing good. I feel a little bit nervous. It's very competitive, but I feel good.
Freeport Primary girls are not new to the playoffs. They've been in the championship the last 4 out of 5 years, so they know what it takes to win the game.
And that's your check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Third Dimension is back and better than ever for all of your home improvement needs, from tools and plumbing to housewares and a brand new paint center. Stop by Third Dimension, call 352-6126 and get started on your next project today.
Grand Bahama Tiles is having its biggest Black Thursday and Friday sale ever. On Thursday, November 28th and Friday, November 29th, you can save 25% off store-wide. Save big on natural stone, mosaics, porcelain, slate, ceramic, woodlook, and elegant wall and floor tiles. Upgrade your living room, kitchen, bathroom, bedroom, or the whole house with big savings this season. It's 2 days of the biggest savings you cannot miss. Hurry in and save big. Call 352-7920.
We all need to save. Save time, gas, and money. Shopping at Save More can help you do just that. Make us your first stop for all your prescription needs and medical supplies. Get all your health and beauty items at the same time. And don't miss our huge choice of snacks to satisfy your cravings. And the largest vitamin selection and over-the-counter relief products. Need diapers and other baby care items? First stop. The new section for makeovers, cosmetics, and beautiful jewelry will make you sparkle for that next special event. Save More Drugs, your more store.
Come and join Apostles Tony and Ann Grant and the members and followers of Agape House, our Call to Holiness Ministries, as we celebrate our 22nd pastoral and church anniversary, November 2nd through December 1st, under the theme Regal Glory, Come Jesus Come, beginning Wednesday, November 27th at 7 p.m. with a night of praise with psalmist ministers Shamia Williams and Bernito Hepburn. 2 nights of service, November 28th and 29th at 7 p.m. with Bishop Sharon Hall of Truth Healing and Deliverance International Worship Center. Our prayer brunch on Saturday, November 30th, beginning at 9 a.m., hosted by Brother George Grant III and Minister Eleanor Williams of Church of Christ Apostolic. And our closeout celebration on Sunday, December 1st at 9 a.m. with Minister Kurt Hollingsworth. And it all goes down at the Agape House Glory Dome, number 23 and 24 Pioneers Loop. Don't miss this Regal Glory celebration.
Bert and Ryland having a good old time.
Like a day-away trip, you can go to after many years of not having a regatta, we're expecting it to be a bash.
How have you been enjoying regatta?
I had a wonderful time.
Oh, it's a turtle.
We fell in love with the island, and we fell in love with the people.
Join us on Friday, November 29th at 8:30 p.m. for the Northeast Regatta. Tune in right here on the ZNS Network.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that's going to do it for us here in the North. I'm Ramiko Knowles. Thanks so much for tuning in. Here's a live look at the Bahamas tonight, coming your way next.
Brought to you by BTC. For the fastest speed internet, get BTC Fiber. Sign up for a fiber bundle and get a $500 Visa gift card.
Visit a retail store to sign up today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, a frustrated and angry Prime Minister speaks on deeply troubling allegations of corruption threatening to tarnish the country's reputation. Also, what America's top diplomat here makes of the indictment and why she deems it a powerful opportunity. And tune in to learn the fate of the 25-year-old suspect behind the murder, rape, and burglary of a senior citizen. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, starts now. When those sworn to protect the nation betray trust. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. A visibly troubled Prime Minister today declaring that no stone will be left unturned in the wake of allegations of corruption at the highest level of law enforcement. A U.S. federal indictment accusing senior members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force of aiding drug traffickers in smuggling mass quantities of cocaine into the United States. Our Devontae Hanna joins me live with the latest on what is now being painted as a damning picture of collusion and corruption, a betrayal of duty that is unforgivable. Devontae?
Well, of course, Makusha, this all came as an utter shock to us here at the Broadcasting Corporation. And of course, that indictment from the U.S. District Court for the Southern District of New York is accusing those high-ranking officials, as you mentioned, of colluding with drug traffickers from Colombia to smuggle not only cocaine, but also weapons through the Bahamian waters. Get this, the investigation starts from as early as May of 2021. However, Prime Minister Day, when he spoke to parliamentarians, he sent a strong message. He says that he is promising sweeping action, vowing to expose and punish those involved.
We will be shaken until every bad apple falls.
Tonight, the Prime Minister says heads must roll. This as a U.S. court indictment alleges a network of corruption that allowed traffickers to evade law enforcement using inside information provided by members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Defense Force. It names 13 men, 11 of them Bahamian, led by Chief Superintendent Elvis Curtis, the officer in charge of aviation, Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker, a Defense Force officer, and Sergeant Prince Albert Simonet, a retired police officer. Ricardo Davis, William Simeon, Theodore Adderley, Joshua Scavella, Devon Roll, Darren Ferguson, Dominic Delancey, and Donald Ferguson II make up the group. The indictment says these corrupt officers and their cronies warned traffickers of DEA operations and protected shipments of drugs, ensuring their safe passage through the Bahamas into the United States.
On at least 3 occasions, and as recent as earlier this year, I raised with senior members of the U.S. enforcement and intelligence agencies my deep concern over what I view to be a sharp uptick in the interdiction of the flow of cocaine through the Bahamas. These revelations now underscore the validity of those concerns.
Prime Minister Davis is also calling it a direct threat to national security. He also revealed he is requesting information surrounding an allegation of an unnamed high-ranking Bahamian politician who the indictment says offered to authorize the assistance and involvement of Bahamian law enforcement in exchange for $2 million.
To those who believe they can outsmart the systems of justice and intelligence, let this serve as a clear and stern warning. The days of operating in the shadows are over. You will be found and you will be held accountable.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force has faced a series of corruption allegations this year alone, from bribery and abuse of authority to claims of direct involvement in crimes.
I will meet with the leadership of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force to discuss the allegations detailed in the indictment. The leadership of this organization must understand the gravity of this moment and the immediate need to restore the integrity of our institutions.
The Prime Minister did not reveal exactly when those meetings or that one meeting will be held, but he says he was in a meeting with the United States Embassy's Charge d'Affaires to discuss the findings of the indictment and also to reaffirm the government's full cooperation in uncovering the truth. Now, of course, the biggest concern for the Prime Minister remains ensuring that the country's reputation stays intact, and he is assuring residents that his administration will take decisive action to ensure that justice is served and trust is restored. Mukashala.
Well, thanks, Devontae. Now, it seems that indictment has prompted the Prime Minister to introduce new legislation aimed at strengthening the oversight of the conduct and operations of law enforcement agencies. And if all goes as planned, that proposal is to be brought to Parliament ahead of its traditional Christmas break.
It will provide mechanisms to prevent corruption, establish clear checks and balances, and empower independent bodies to investigate and act when breaches occur. These reforms are a proactive commitment to the Bahamian people that this government will do everything in its power to rebuild trust in our institutions. We cannot allow a repeat of the failures that have been exposed, and we must create a framework that holds everyone to the highest standards of professionalism and integrity. The Bahamian people deserve law enforcement agencies they can depend on.
Now, gathered at the House of Assembly today were representatives of the Department of Social Services, women's rights advocates, and 2 young tennis players who all had a front row seat when tempers flared as the opposition tried to have its say. Corval Pyfrom has that angle.
Moments after the Prime Minister's communication on this U.S. indictment of top-ranking Bahamian law enforcement officers and possibly a senior government official being implicated, opposition members were on their feet, demanding equal time to be heard in the House. However, Speaker Patricia DeVoe was having no part of it.
I was on my feet prior to the member for Golden Gates being on her feet, Madam Speaker. So, Madam Speaker, I would like to proceed with the comments. With the comments that I have prepared.
Honorable member, I understand what you just said, but the rules of this House, and let me tell you, it is so challenging for people to often try to disrespect the movement of this. No, I am speaking.
Things only escalated from there before the session ended.
You can call for disruption. Let me.
They're running.
The motion is agreed. The business of this House stands suspended until 4th of December, 2024 at 10 a.m.
Moments afterward, Mr. Pintard called the Prime Minister's comments on this very serious matter more empty rhetoric. He scoffed at Mr. Davis's intent to bring legislation to deal with corrupt officials, noting these laws are already on the books.
We recently passed the Ombudsman Bill. What steps have they taken to give that teeth and power?
This latest stain on the country's reputation, Mr. Pintard says, bolsters the case for a commission of inquiry.
Why are they not taking every possible step to make sure that we get to the bottom of a matter that continues to claim lives?
Meanwhile, outside the House, things became even more tense as Coalition of Independence leader Lincoln Bain and his supporters got into a heated exchange with police.
That is wrong. And so I am speaking for the Bahamian people. Don't you ever put your hand on me again, young man. Don't you ever put your hand on me.
Be careful. Be careful what you say.
Listen to what I'm saying. Don't you ever put your hand on me. You be careful.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Pyfrom.
Well, on the heels of the Prime Minister's communication, Police Commissioner Clayton Fernanda issued his own statement acknowledging that the allegations outlined in the U.S. indictment represents a dark moment for the Royal Bahamas Police Force, a sobering reminder that no institution is immune to breaches of trust. That aside, he accepts, though, this does not negate the fact that Bahamians are disappointed and have every right to demand answers. The commissioner making it clear that any officer implicated in wrongdoing will face the appropriate consequences. There will be no shield of protection, he says, for those who tarnish the honor of the RBPF's uniform. The top cop's brief statement also acknowledging, though, that while there are many hard-working, honest officers out there who deserve a force they can be proud of, the journey to restore confidence will not be easy, but that the force will do the necessary work. Defense Force Commodore Dr. Raymond King sharing similar sentiments, disclosing that he too will not tolerate any breach of trust or compromise of the mission to protect the Bahamas. As we just heard from the police commissioner, those responsible for wrongdoing will be held fully accountable. The RBDF commander maintains the force remains steadfast in working with its national and international security partners to address matters of mutual concerns and safeguards against corruption. And while we're on international partners, with all the work the U.S. Embassy has been doing with government officials to stop the transshipment of guns, drugs, and even people in and out of our borders, how does the U.S. Charge d'Affaires feel about this scathing indictment? Well, Felicity Darville spoke with her today. The details are in this exclusive report.
The indictment states that police force officers and government officials provided sensitive law enforcement information to drug traffickers, protected them from investigation and arrest, and helped them with the logistics of moving multiple tons of cocaine through the Bahamas to the United States through airports and seaports. It also alleges that they denied DEA agents access to seize cocaine and said that certain drug trafficking targets were off limits. U.S. Charge d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish says the U.S. Embassy will continue to stand with the Bahamas to stop crime.
We stand with the Bahamas always. Good democracies like the Bahamas and the United States enforce anti-corruption and transparency and good governance. And we continue that work together. We stand steadfast with you in terms of the fight against all sorts of corruption and malfeasance. The trafficking of guns and drugs and people are important to both our countries. So we stand together in continuing that fight.
She said this indictment provides a powerful opportunity.
And I think it's a powerful opportunity for the Bahamas to continue that fight against corruption and to continue to work towards transparency. So we'll continue with our programs as we have for the past 51 years, working together for good governance in both our countries.
We also asked her about the guns coming into the Bahamas from a U.S. gun manufacturer.
We also have some wonderful programs together that are anti-gun. In this very courtyard, 2 weeks ago, I learned about gun destruction and proper storage. And we work together in all of that. So I think you're exactly right. It's a powerful time for building and growing together.
The United States Embassy has reaffirmed its commitment to work with the Royal Bahamas Police Force to stop the transshipment of guns and drugs to and from either country. But in light of this most recent indictment, they're going to have to work harder than ever. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Darville.
Coming up, women of the PLP decry violence against women. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. Stay with us.
At Commonwealth Bank, we offer affordable and flexible choices to get you back to financial fitness. Our personalized debt consolidation solution is built to fit any financial situation. One easy-to-handle monthly payment reduces your monthly expenses and gets you back on track to savings. Life is great when you're not weighed down by debt. Consolidate and live your best life with Commonwealth Bank, your leader in personal banking services.
Dive into premium flavor with the new KFC Saucy Nuggets. Hand-breaded, juicy, and 100% real. Step your flavor game up with 8 pieces of our premium white meat KFC Nuggets. Sauced in your choice of one of 5 KFC sauces. Stinging honey garlic, guava barbecue, mango habanero, Korean barbecue, or signature barbecue. Do whatever the crunch you want with all 8 pieces of our new KFC Saucy Nuggets for just $7.95. KFC Saucy Nuggets Strip. It's finger-licking good.
This Christmas, stay connected through all the family traditions. Holidaying is unwrapping gadgets, gigs, and gift cards. Sign up for a $64.99 or higher postpaid plan and get a free smartphone. 3 gigs of bonus data for 3 months, and a chance to win a $100 gift card. We've got you covered with the ultimate postpaid deals. For more postpaid offers, visit us online at bdcbahamas.com.
This holiday season, the Ministry of Energy and Transport is bringing light back to Bahamian homes. Through our partnership with Bahamas Power and Light, we're offering the Merry and Bright Holiday Reconnection Program, so you can pay as little as 10% of your outstanding balance and get reconnected. Just in time for the holidays. Pay a little, light up a lot. The Ministry of Energy and Transport is committed to making sure no family is left in the dark this season.
Friday and Saturday, the Sports Center and Heat Wave are having a massive Black Friday sale with 25% off store-wide. Stock up on gifts, gear, and styles you love just in time for the holidays. This is the sale you don't want to miss. But hurry, this sale is only for 2 days. Visit the Sports Center and Heat Wave from November 29th to 30th and enjoy incredible savings with our 25% off store-wide Black Friday sale. Located Marathon Mall, Harbor Bay, and Sandyport Plaza. Net and discount items excluded.
News is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies.
Our beauty shot today of the Kendall Isaacs Gymnasium. Welcome back. Days after a body was discovered, 72-year-old Vernencia Butler's alleged killer faced those charges in a magistrate's court earlier today. The defendant, 25-year-old Javon Forbes, was not required to enter a plea due to the nature of the charges, namely murder, rape, and burglary. Butler's autopsy report completed just yesterday confirming that she died as a result of asphyxia due to strangulation. Police also sharing that the 72-year-old was sexually assaulted and suffered internal injuries. Prosecution informing the court the matter will proceed via voluntary bill of indictment. That's scheduled to take place on February 27th of 2025. We also note, however, that Forbes has the right to apply to the Supreme Court for bail. Well, the time for talk is over. When is enough? Enough. Golden Gates Representative Pia Glover Rowe putting those sentiments out in the public domain when she stood to her feet in the House of Assembly this morning, decrying last week's sexual assault and killing of 12-year-old Anatole Rogers student Adriel Moxie and 72-year-old Vernencia Butler.
We definitely empathize deeply with the grief and the fear and the pain and the frustration that is felt across our communities, because we too, Madam Speaker, you, I, the women in this caucus, are mothers, we are daughters, we are aunts, we are family members, we are sisters who also carry the shared pain of these losses. However, Madam Speaker, we stand and we are resolute in our commitment to ensuring that justice prevails and that such atrocities are met with the full force of the law, as many of us would have already gone on record and stated. Madam Speaker, our administration, this administration, has made significant strides to strengthen our legal framework and to provide support services for victims of violence. However, as we continue to witness these tragedies, it reminds us that our work definitely isn't done.
According to Glover Rowe, who is speaking on behalf of the PLP's Women's Caucus, while penalties for crimes are clear, enforcement needs to be consistent.
Any barriers that impede the effective administration of justice must be removed. Because beyond penalties, the Women's Caucus emphasizes the importance of prevention. We believe that returning to a culture of shared responsibility, the village, no more of that ain't my business, when neighbors are each other's keepers, is essential. Expanding the National Neighborhood Crime Watch program in every community is vital to strengthening the bonds of trust and safety. And the Women's Caucus also underscores the importance of mental health services.
On a lighter note this evening, Abaco's economic reawakening getting a strong nudge as a new business opens, setting its sights high above the sky. Corval Python reports on a new Family Island Air Limited company.
It's a proud day for Kristen Jones. He started his construction company some years ago, and just over 4 years ago, he dreamt up having his own airport. Well, fast forward to today, and that's all but complete. A ribbon cutting and blessing to mark the opening of Family Island Air Limited on Treasure Key, North Abaco.
I think it's going to be a success. We're at this stage right now. This is only the first stage. But, hopefully by end of January, we should have some hangars going up. We should have fuel in about, 8 days. The fuel is already on the island, and a shipment here. So by Friday or Saturday, the fuel should be on the island. Family Islands Air Limited is a fixed base operator, and we, looking at selling fuels, jetty, AF gas, also, plane storage, hangars, and then parking space.
Prime Minister Philip Davis, who has come to know Jones well and by his own admission has made some interventions on his behalf during the course of this project, says this is exactly what is needed, especially for Abaco.
This expansion of our air transportation infrastructure is a game changer for Abaco as a community of islands that thrives on the vibrancy of its tourism sector. So many hotels, shops, and hospitality workers stand to benefit from an uptick in air traffic. Thanks to this operation, we'll see a transformation in how Treasure Key welcomes its guests, ensuring that every traveler, whether here for leisure or business, is met with excellence.
Foreign Affairs Minister Fred Mitchell and North Abaco MP Kirk Cornish were among the officials joining the Prime Minister at Tuesday's ceremony.
We want to do all we can to support the work of the Member of Parliament, to support your enterprise, and to do all we can to make it a success.
This new facility, a strong, clear demonstration of the commitment, the resilience, the hard work, and the determination of each and every Abaconian.
And young Mr. Jones's goals for this company appear to be limitless. He says in short order, this will be a hustling, bustling, noisy hub with more than 150 aircraft using its services. In Treasure Key, North Abaco, for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corval Python.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Folk Call Smart Pass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
It's good to be alive this holiday season. Alive is partnering with Western Air to bring 4 lucky Bahamian students home for the holidays for free. If you're a student studying in Florida, all you have to do is share a creative video showing us why it's good to be home for the holidays with the hashtags
It's Good to Be Home and It's Good to Be Alive.
And don't forget to check out our live social media pages and bealive.com to see if you're eligible.
It's good to be alive when things free.
And it's even better to be home for the holidays.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station. Open the app, scan the pump's QR code. Select your payment amount and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Now it's about that time to check in with Jiminita and Marcellus for a sneak peek on what's coming up in Access Now. Guys?
Well, hello, Magashla. We're going to be looking at one Junkanoo group who got some much-needed seed money.
Junkanoo time again, I see. The shacks are full.
Junkanoo season is here. Stay with us. You'll hear more about that story coming up.
In the Bahamas, island time is real. The history of Morris Lumber Company, established in 1945, is etched into the fabric of this proud island nation. It's a story that deserves to be celebrated in full color, and that's where we come in. Morris the Paint Place has been bringing color and vitality to homes and businesses across the Bahamas. Here, color is more than just a hue, it's a symbol of life. Together, we can paint a brighter future.
This Black Friday, get ready for amazing savings at Conant Bahamas. It's a 40% off Black Friday sale for 2 days only, Friday and Saturday. Cabinetry, granite, tiles, windows, vinyl flooring, and so much more. The perfect time to transform your home with top quality products and unbelievable savings. 2 days only, Friday and Saturday. The Conant Bahamas 40% off Black Friday sale. All locations, Nassau, Freeport, Abaco, and Eleuthera. Black Friday sale time, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
$10 deal. Available only at Marco Southwest, Prince Charles Village Road, and Robinson Road. Fine. Let me see what it's about. I'll take 20 of those, please. Wait. You good? Yeah, bro. Marcos, get this new deal. Get yourself a large one-topping pizza for only $10. $10? Yeah. Thank you. You're welcome. Hey, I need 30 of them $10 carry-out pizza deal, please.
Get ready, Nassau. Bahamas Liquidation and Auction Center is back with our annual 3 days of blackout. Mark your calendars for November 28th, 29th, and 30th. It's 3 days of unbelievable deals right here at home. We're bringing you thousands of items from Amazon, Home Depot, and Walmart. Everything at their online listed prices, freight and duty paid. Don't believe us? Bring your phone and Google it. Experience the U.S. prices right here in Nassau. Call us at 698-0123 or WhatsApp 557-2522. Meet us on Mackey Street. Don't miss out. See you there for 3 days of total blackout deals.
A massive preparation exercise for tomorrow's Let's Make a Difference feeding initiative. Students at Aquinas College were in the kitchen putting the finishing touches on their packages earlier this afternoon. Their goal to provide 500 plates to those in need. Principal Shauna Knowles is pleased her students volunteered for this worthwhile effort.
This initiative helps our students to understand the importance of always being willing to give back to the community. There are always people in need, and therefore we should always look out to help our brothers and sisters in need.
Well, I'm currently helping them with vegetables, quartering and cutting onions, things of that nature.
Some people, not everybody, is as fortunate as I am, so it softens my heart to know that I can give back to the less fortunate.
And that there does it for the National Report. But stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Hi, I'm Kizzy Hanna, and I am the CEO of Nail Envy Salon Studio and Nail Envy Academy. My business offers education for beginner level, intermediate, and advanced level nail classes for those persons who would like to become nail technicians and continue that education for those persons that are in the professional atmosphere already. So our curriculum has already been vetted and approved by the National Accreditation and Equivalency Council of the Bahamas. What distinguishes Nail Envy Academy from the competitors, we are really focused on relaying our information in a proper and conducive environment, making sure that our students are getting that one-on-one attention that is needed to be able to send them out into the field and be able to be successful in their occupation. I am so passionate about what I do because I want young women to know that not everyone has to have tertiary education. You can throw your whole self at something and bring a difference to your industry.
For more information about the Creative Entrepreneurs Initiative and the Crafting the Bahamas workshops, email info@sbdcbahamas.com or call us at 461-7232.
Tourism today. Bahamas Tourism today.
At Atlantis Resort, Director of Marketing Sasha Armbrister highlighted the latest edition of the Elite Collegiate Tournament, Battle for Atlantis.
We are going into our 13th year of the Battle for Atlantis tournament, at least for the men's tournament, and that kicks off on November 25th. It's a 3-day tournament featuring 8 collegiate basketball teams from across the United States, and it is a huge event. The hotel is full, not just with guests, international guests, but also with residents as well. And so we want to make sure I invite everyone to let them know that they can come and enjoy the games. It's 3 days of really high impact games that go into overtime and sometimes even double overtime. So it's a really exciting time. But in addition to the games, we have a wonderful halftime show with Junkanoo. A lot of our local performers and artists are there as well. And so it's just a really great overall fun entertainment for families. So the Women's Battle for Atlantis, we're going into our 4th year with that, and we're really excited about that particular tournament. It's been gaining more attention and more excitement with every year that we put it on. And that will also be a 3-day tournament featuring 8 collegiate basketball teams from teams across the United States. Their tournament kicks off November 23rd and goes through to the 25th. So we're really looking forward to having them in-house. So if anyone's interested, or if you're a fan of basketball, your family's a fan of basketball, we want to encourage you to come and enjoy either the women's or the men's tournament, or even both. And so if you want to get tickets and more information, we have a wide variety of fan packages and single game tickets, and you can get all of that information or make your purchases at battleforatlantis.com, and that's the number 4. And then for any of the other events that we shared earlier, you can always go to our website at atlantisbahamas.com/events, and our full calendar of events will be listed there.
For more tourism updates, visit Tourism Today or Bahamas.com. I'm Michael Miller, and this is Tourism Today.
World-famous Valley Boys receive a whopping $75,000 from Walker's Industries. That's a whole lot of cowbells.
And as we continue to celebrate women in the country, female police officers held a breakfast to celebrate their contribution to society. Happy Women's Week.
Plus, the Delta Sigma Theta sororities giving back to PACE. What a wonderful gift at Christmas. Stay close for those details.
And coming up in sports, it's Championship Day at Bama Hoops.
Tonight Access Now starts now.
And good evening, I'm Marcellus Hall.
And I'm Jiminita Swain. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Well, we continue to celebrate women, Jimmy. It's Women's Week.
Yes, indeed. We should be celebrated.
I agree. If you had one woman to celebrate, who would it be?
Without saying, Marcella, is the first woman we should all celebrate is our moms. I am posing the same question to you. Who would you celebrate?
Yeah, most definitely. I'd give thanks to Mom and say, you know, happy to have you in my life. And, well, used to have you in my life. And just glad to be able to remember her very well. I have a daughter, mom, and a sister, so, you know, it's a lot. It's a tough question. Well, anyway, let's dive right into the news. Notwithstanding the drama of this year, the Boxing Day Junkanoo Parade is just weeks away. Tonight, the Valley Boys 1958, led by Brian Adley, is heading to Bay Street with a renewed confidence as they've received a brand new title sponsor. Walker's Industries stepping up to the plate, donating $75,000 to the historic organization. Frontline director for the group, John Williams, explains how the partnership ballooned into what it is today.
So Walker's Industries started off by sponsoring sousaphones for our brass section and also bass drums for our drummer section. So we were elated about that because those were things that we absolutely needed. With this sponsorship now in the amount of $75,000, we are going to use those funds for everything that we need, that it takes to get a group to Bay Street. No, it is not enough. Yes, we need more. So we're still looking for more sponsorships, more business persons to step up, because unfortunately we have not received our normal sponsorships as we should, as in the government seed funding and Bahama. But we are elated, we're happy. In the spirit of Thanksgiving, we are giving thanks.
He says the group is grateful for the assistance, reiterating that a little goes a long way. This is a public relations consultant for Walker's Industries. He shares what it meant for them to be on the side of history as the Valley Boys celebrate 66 years.
Through all things that have been happening, we've been preaching focus to our members and focus to our fans. This helps the morale that we've been trying to keep going. Morale is up. If you were here, you could hear the excitement in the members' voices, our section leaders' voices. And tomorrow, come out to practice. You will see a display of just how excited we are for the sponsorship.
Well, as you can see, what happened here today was a complete partnership between two historic organizations that came here to come together and donate and share a community-driven goal, which is to bring Valley Boys and Walker's Industries together for something that is new and refreshing. Walker's Industries is all about renewable energy, and that is why we're here today, to renew the energy of the Valley Boys.
Well, Bahamian women have been policing in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas for 60 years. To celebrate this momentous occasion, women police officers from various divisions throughout the Bahamas came together at the Paul H. Farquharson Center to reflect on their accomplishments and honor each other. Felicity Darville had breakfast with the police this morning. Here's the story.
On November 23, 1964, the first 6 Bahamian women were recruited to join the ranks of the Royal Bahamas Police Force. Ever since, women have been making significant strides, including rising to the ranks of Deputy Commissioner and currently, for the first time, 2 female Assistant Commissioners of Police. Deputy Commissioner of Police Lehman Delaveau said police women should be proud and should expect to lead the force in the very near future.
The truth be told, a woman commissioner of police is knocking on the doors of the Royal Bahamas Police Force.
Minister for the Public Service, the Honourable Pia Glover Roll, commended the women for significantly advancing the police force.
It's been 60 years since Eldora Kelly became the first woman to don a Royal Bahamas Police Force uniform, making history in the process and breaking the gender barrier for this Royal Bahamas Police Force. And I wonder, as I reflected, as I prepared for this, could she have known that back in 1964, and I'm sure there were many obstacles to her being the first, would she have known that in 1964, her act of courage would pave the way for a future of generations of female police who shine bright like a diamond, I must say, in your service in law enforcement?
U.S. Chargé d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish said the U.S. Embassy is working to tirelessly support the work of women police. And most recently, one female leader received a $10,000 grant to support her work.
Through the U.S. Embassy's partnership with the Pan American Development Foundation, a cadre of RBPF officers completed a 5-week training course in domestic violence last week. 76% of those participants were women. It is also notable that ASP Kendra Wallace Wims, is she here? I really want to recognize her. She was awarded a $10,000 small grant from the embassy to assist domestic violence victims and spread awareness throughout the Bahamas.
The 60th anniversary of women policing in the Bahamas was held under the theme, A Legacy of Service and Strength. As they gathered, their renewed commitments to lead the charge in professionalism and service with excellence. For Access Now, I'm Felicity Darville.
All right, thanks, Felicity. Well, Delta Sigma Theta sorority making a rather special delivery to pregnant teens at Pace last week. In a society where they're often castigated, the group of women saw fit to go against the grain and deliver items of need to the young ladies. President of the Nassau Bahamas Alumni Charter, Crystal Culmer, a mother herself, was at the forefront of the gesture.
Motherhood is a challenge at any age.
Oh, yeah.
And so definitely we know teen mothers, you know, they're navigating their educational journey. Some of them still in school, some of them just graduated school. And so we thought, how can we help and support, provide resources to these teen mothers? We know that they need to provide, you know, for themselves and their little ones. And so business attire so that they can show up, they can feel confident, and they can feel empowered to be able to secure a future for themselves.
Now, the business attire will go a long way in helping to shape their professional lives and boosting their confidence, Patrice Miller, Pace administrator, says.
It's greatly needed. It's like organizations like yourselves that make it happen here at PACE. We are eternally grateful, and we are happy for your consideration in our students and making their lives better because of this donation.
Well, still to come, it's Wednesday, and we all know what that means. It's time for Leno Wealthwise. Coming up right after the break. Stay close.
Sheets and backpacks, there's a place I know. For shower curtains, comforters, and window curtains, only one place to go. Fixing your home or automotive, there's no fuss. We put a smile on your face, come and shop with us. For all you need and more, shop at AID for Christmas.
This Christmas, stay connected through all the family traditions. Holidaying is unwrapping gadgets, gigs, and gift cards. Sign up for a $64.99 or higher postpaid plan and get a free smartphone. 3 gigs of bonus data for 3 months and a chance to win a $100 gift card. We've got you covered with the ultimate postpaid deals. For more postpaid offers, visit us online at bdcbahamas.com.
Janae's Christmas Wonderland with the best selection and prices in town is open under the Big Tent. Get 20 to 50% off selected Christmas decorations. Restrictions apply. Trees in pink, frosted green, or white in a variety of sizes up to 15 feet. LED and laser lights, tree ornaments, lighted angels, and Santa tree toppers. Bright, unique, and lively colored Christmas balls, garlands, wreaths, ribbons, bows, snowflakes, puffs, and blankets, and much more. Add flowers, picks, and decorative mesh to brighten up your home or office this holiday season. And don't forget the toys at Janae's Chesapeake Road. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram. WhatsApp 817-3295. Simple value and quality. Simple Markets. Remote Life Beef. Pounds, $1.29. Chicken wings, $1.89 per pound. Fresh lines, free for $1. Great American White Shrimp Meat, 12 ounces, $3.99. 99 12-hour tea, 64 ounces, 2 for $5. And so variety of butterball and tea or turkey, plus ribs and big hams are simple value and quality. Simple Markets.
And you are looking at a live shot of the Marlett Marathon. That shot is by our drone pilot, Destiny Reed. She's out there flying. And speaking of pilot, well, let's take a trip down to Andros and attend church. Let's go.
Family Island News is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited.
Well, Christians in Andros uniting for annual Thanksgiving harvest services over the weekend. Harvest services are marked by special services of gratitude where parishioners come together to express their appreciation to God for the fruits of the land. Traditionally held at the end of September or beginning October, the Harvest Festival aligns with the agricultural calendar when crops are gathered and stored for the winter months. For many church communities, the Harvest Festival is more than just a celebration of food and farming. It's a time to reinforce the bonds that hold the community together. Assistant priest at All Saints Calvary Church, Father Richard Wood, and cathecist of St. Peter's Church, Wayne Clare, spoke of the significance of the celebrations.
Of Harvest Thanksgiving is threefold, pretty much. You have God providing for his people giving thanks to him, and us giving thanks to God for one another.
This is a time when we as a church congregation come and give God thanks for all the many things he have done throughout the year. Give him the best of our service. This is where we as a church bring all the goods and canned goods and the fruits into the church. And after the service, we distribute it to the community free of charge as a gesture of us giving back to as representative of children of God.
Well, insurance is one of the most important tools for financial security, but understanding how it works can be overwhelming. In tonight's WealthWise, Llano's partner from the Guardian Insurance breaks it all down in part 2 of the importance of insurance, simply to help you make informed decisions about your insurance needs.
Insurance is more than just paperwork. It's peace of mind. It protects you from unexpected financial hardships and helps secure your future. Let's start with the basics, the main types of insurance: health insurance, life insurance, auto insurance, property insurance, liability insurance, and business insurance. Now let's talk insurance premiums. That's the amount you pay regularly to maintain your coverage. These are determined by several factors.
Well, insurance premiums are going to be determined by the amount of risk that you want us to protect. So different risks will require different premiums. So if somebody is in better health than a person, when it comes to life insurance, you have standard and substandard. And then also for business, the amount of risk that you may want a company take on to indemnify you to do that project is going to determine the premiums that you're going to need to pay. So we have enough pool of resources to pay out in the eventuality a disaster did hit, according to your contract.
But with all the unpredictabilities of life, what happens if you miss a payment?
Well, if you miss an insurance payment, you put your policy in danger of going out of benefit or not having the protection. However, a lot of companies and a lot of products offer what we call a grace period, where you may have 31 days or a specified amount of days whereby even though the premium was unpaid, the company still will provide you the protection.
Choosing the right insurance policy is just as important as maintaining it. Here's how to make the best choice for your needs.
I would say if you're thinking about when it comes to life and medical, you first need to have a clear idea of where you want to go in life, and then sit with the appropriate insurance professional like myself, and we'll determine, do you see yourself married, are you planning on having kids, are you planning to purchase a home in 5 to 10 years, those type of things, and that'll help you to assess what you specifically need.
Insurance might seem complicated, but understanding these basics can help you make better decisions and ultimately secure your financial future. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorset.
Coming up in Sports for tonight, Battle for Atlanta's action continues as the men on the floor will tell you who won. Just ahead in sports.
Bulk up your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from Alive Business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
It's a different kind of Christmas, but everything is here to bring a smile upon your face. That's what the season brings now. See, Christmas time is the time for your family and friends. Come and shop with us and find everything that you need. Check out your homes with all we have in store, bringing joy and so much more. And shop Smarty, and shop Smart, and shop Smart. Oh, everything is here and shop Smart, and shop Smart, and shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at a service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you can be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk or catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one in the car, say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
Welcome to ZNS Total Sports Check, everyone. I'm Marcellus Hall, starting you off with some hoops news. College basketball season is underway. That means lots of college basketball tournaments here in the country. Today was championship day at Baha Mar as the ladies tournament wrapping up at the Convention Center. Consolation game, this one in the Pink Flamingo Championship. Southern taking on Washington. Southern trying to keep pace, but Washington pulling away down the stretch for the comfortable win here. They win it by a score of 61-43. In the championship game, 7th-ranked LSU against number 20 NC State. Tigers in the white riding a 20-point performance from Anissa Morrow. They claim the championship here 82-65. Action also going on at Battle for Atlantis as they took action this morning. Men on the floor, 14th-ranked Indiana going up against Louisville. Cardinals taking no prisoners. They forced the Hoosiers to commit 23 turnovers. Louisville scored 52 points in the second half on their way to a blowout, 89-61 victory. Louisville coach Pat Kelsey happy for the win, but says there's more work to be done.
Obviously, the caliber of teams in this tournament, you can enjoy the win for about 1 minute and 47 seconds. So we'll turn the page and get ready for our next opponent because we go again tomorrow at noon. So we've got to recover our minds and bodies and prepare quickly, and we're fortunate to get to compete again tomorrow at noon.
Hey, that's it. Your check on sports for you here on this Wednesday. Don't forget, we got Wednesday weather just ahead. Stay with us.
Celebrate all that's the quality supermarkets. $2.99. Mayonnaise, 30 ounce, $6.99. Celery, $2 for $5. Chick-fil-A quarters, and pound pies, 99 cents per pound. All classic tonic, 7.5 ounces, $1.19. Each price, $28.66. And all variety of $1 from turkeys, plus regular chicken hands, or simple Hollywood quality supermarkets.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end it was worth it. At the end it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
For your access weather forecast and our live weather radar, showing relatively dry conditions over the northwest and central parts of the country, but we do have lots of moisture in the southeast in response to a stationary trough, which has been there now for the past few days. And your Bodie forecast tonight is brought to you by Live Business, where you're always protected during the worst storms. In the northwestern islands tonight, northeast winds at 10 to 15 knots, the wave heights 2 to 4 feet. Your low tide, that will take place at 11:13 tonight. And for the central and southeastern islands, easterly winds 12 to 18 knots, wave heights 3 to 6 feet, so the caution flags remain in place for the central and southeastern islands tonight. And then tomorrow, which is Thanksgiving Day, easterly winds 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. High tide, that will take place at 5:35 in the morning with a low tide at 12:01 in the afternoon. Now for the central Bahamas, the winds are going to be southeast at 10 to 15 knots, wave heights 2 to 4 feet. In the southeastern parts of the country, winds southeast as well, but the winds are a little stronger there, so we'll keep that caution flag as those wave heights will be around 3 to 6 feet over the ocean. And then on Friday, for all areas, the Wednesday will fall off light and variable ahead of a frontal system, which will go through late Friday afternoon. Wave heights 1 to 3 feet. The high tide on Friday will take place at 6:14 in the morning with the low tide at 12:42 in the afternoon. And that's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures. And they're brought to you by Royal Star.
On the back of his truck. Me, Derry, and we go down. All of we just wake up. Let's go, Derry. Waking and scraping down the island, going from house to house. We flatten the pole, the top on the boys, the chickens out. Waking on the straight head. Molly waking on the straight head.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a complete weather update. Marcellus and Manita.
All right, thanks, Basil. Well, clear skies for the next few days. Good stuff. A little nippy out there, though.
Sounds awesome. Let's see what's happening out there in the world of social media. Here's Matea Cunningham with Let's Talk Socials.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Let's Talk Socials. I'm Matea, and today we're diving into a feature that's reshaping how we view privacy on social media. Facebook's private profiles. This feature allows users to have greater control over who sees their content, giving a sense of exclusivity and privacy that we haven't seen on Facebook in quite this way before. Here's how it works. With a private profile, your posts, photos, and information are visible to people you approve. If someone stumbles across your profile who isn't in your circle, they'll only see limited information, like your name and profile picture. Think of it as putting your profile behind a virtual velvet rope. It's your space, your rules. It's like blending the privacy of platforms like Instagram, close friends, or even Twitter circles, but with Facebook's unique twist. So what does this mean for us as content creators, influencers, or, well, everyday social media users? We might see more intentional content sharing or even a shift towards building smaller, more connected communities. It's also a great reminder to take a second, look at your settings, and ensure your digital space reflects your comfort level. What do you think about Facebook stepping up its privacy game? Share your opinions. I'm Matea, and this has been Let's Talk Socials.
All right, thanks, Matea. Well, that's a wrap for us, Jimmy.
Well, another day, another dollar. Stay tuned for the rundown with Clint Watson.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Private Pearl Eugenie Grant. WNC officer Private Pearl Grant was born in Nassau on the 24th of July, 1922. In 1943, she joined the ATS and was stationed at Garrison Headquarters Annex in Up Park Camp, Kingston, Jamaica. After a few months of training at the camp, she further trained in Scotland, where she worked in the War Office. She also worked in Hounslow, London, in the War Office there. At the end of the war in 1945, she returned to the Bahamas and settled in West End, Grand Bahama. Private Vernell Albury Ambristo. WNC officer Private Vernell Albury was born on the 29th of May 1924 in Nassau. In 1943, she enlisted in the British ATS and was stationed at Garrison Headquarters Annex in Up Park Camp in Kingston, Jamaica. Private Albury also had the opportunity to serve at the Palisadoes Army and Navy Air Force Camp at Port Royal, Jamaica. After the war ended in 1945, she returned to the Bahamas and resumed her teaching career in the Ministry of Education. Private Grace Knowles Fountain. WNC officer Private Grace Knowles was born in Nassau on August 5, 1923, along with her identical twin sister Thelma. In the early 1940s, Private Grace Knowles joined the ATS and was stationed at Garrison Headquarters Annex in Up Park Camp, Kingston, Jamaica. At the end of the war, she returned to the Bahamas and worked in the Ministry of Tourism in its various departments until her retirement in 1991. She was honored with the Queen's Badge of Honor in 1996.
Clint Watson has been the trusted voice of journalism for over 2 decades. He is your first choice for hard-hitting discussions, your best choice for current affairs issues and investigative journalism. It's time to start the journey of relentless journalism. It's time to start the journey of facts over fiction. It's time for The Rundown with Clint Watson here on ZNS, where only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Agriculture plays an important yet underrated role in the economies of Caribbean islands. While not completely self-sustaining, it plays a vital role in enhancing food security. Climate variables such as unpredictable rainfall patterns and excessive heat often cause farmers to face unprecedented challenges.
Where there is the expectation of increased heat, that can affect the development of the crops, of the livestock, as well as for dairy production. We can see a decrease in the dairy production. Heat also plays an effect on human health as well. We would want to ensure that farmers wear protective clothing, make sure that they keep themselves well hydrated, shift the hours, of the exposure outside. That is an option as well that you can look at.
While certain regions may experience prolonged droughts, predictions also raise concerns regarding heavy rainfall, hurricanes, and flooding.
The expected increases in the tropical cyclone activity, those strong winds can have an impact on your crops. That can have an impact on your infrastructure for the farmers, who would have the crops above ground. For those periods of time, maybe you can plant some root crops, that's an option. So there's several things that the farmer can do, to adapt to our ever-changing climate.
When the McAllister family left on their Christmas vacation,
Did we miss the flight? No, you just made it. Yeah!
they forgot.
At Harold One, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
The Rundown is brought to you by Commonwealth Brewery Limited. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the show. It's good to have all of you joining us tonight. Well, we start off tonight with the latest developments on those law enforcement officers who are in United States custody. Now, here's what we know. Royal Bahamas Police Force Chief Superintendent Elvis Curtis named the United States indictment that alleged a mass guns and drug operation. That's what we know already. He is named along with Police Sergeant Albert Simonet. Now, who worked closely along with Curtis at the airport. Police Commissioner Clayton Fernanda confirmed that Simonet has been suspended from duty effective immediately. Also named was Royal Bahamas Defense Force Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker. Now, though 11 Bahamians, including a Sergeant Simonet, a pensioner of the Royal Bahamas Police Force, 2 Colombians have been charged as well with conspiracy to import cocaine into the United States, possession and use of firearms, and firearms conspiracy. It is alleged that these individuals helped to facilitate the transshipment of tons of cocaine from South America through the Bahamas into the United States. Now, what's worse, that the indictment indicates that a high-ranking Bahamian government official was allegedly paid some $2 million or promised or agreed to have $2 million to assist in these operations. Now, Police Commissioner Clayton Fernandez releasing a statement last night confirming that the police officers were arrested in Florida on Monday and will be transported to federal courts in New York for trial. Now, the indictment accuses police officers of exploiting the force's partnership with Operation Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, OPAT. They are said to have denied U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency officials access to seized cocaine. Now, the drugs primarily originated in Colombia and Venezuela and were transported into the Bahamas, landing at remote airstrips and even larger airports under the supervision of, quote, corrupt officers and officials who received bribes and, in some cases, commissions of 10% of the value of the drugs. Now, government official is also allegedly involved, as we said, and there are some other persons whose names did come up as well on the indictment. Ricardo Davis, William Simeon, Theodore Adderley, Joshua Scavella, Devon Roll, Darren Ferguson, Dominic Delancey, and Donald Ferguson, among some other names that were there as well. Now, a visibly troubled Prime Minister today declaring that no stone will be left unturned in the wake of allegations of corruption at the highest level of the law enforcement. He was in the House of Assembly this morning when he made a statement speaking to this issue. Devontae Hanna was there.
The tree will be shaken until every bad apple falls.
Tonight, the Prime Minister says heads must roll. This as a U.S. court indictment alleges a network of corruption that allowed traffickers to evade law enforcement using inside information provided by members of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Defense Force. It names 13 men, 11 of them Bahamian, led by Chief Superintendent Elvis Curtis, the officer in charge of aviation, Chief Petty Officer Darren Roker, a Defense Force officer, and Sergeant Prince Albert Simonet, a retired police officer. Ricardo Davis, William Simeon, Theodore Adderley, Joshua Scavella, Devon Roll, Darren Ferguson, Dominic Delancey, and Donald Ferguson II make up the group. The indictment says these corrupt officers and their cronies warned traffickers of DEA operations and protected shipments of drugs, ensuring their safe passage through the Bahamas into the United States.
On at least 3 occasions, and as recent as earlier this year, I raised with senior members of the U.S. enforcement and intelligence agencies my deep concern over what I view to be a sharp uptick in the interdiction of the flow of cocaine through the Bahamas. These revelations now underscore the validity of those concerns.
Prime Minister Davis is also calling it a direct threat to national security. He also revealed he is requesting information surrounding an allegation of an unnamed high-ranking Bahamian politician who the indictment says offered to authorize the assistance and involvement of Bahamian law enforcement in exchange for $2 million.
To those who believe they can outsmart the systems of justice and intelligence, let this serve as a clear and stern warning. The days of operating in the shadows are over. You will be found and you will be held accountable.
The Royal Bahamas Police Force has faced a series of corruption allegations this year alone, from bribery and abuse of authority to claims of direct involvement in crimes.
I will meet with the leadership of the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force to discuss the allegations detailed in the indictment. The leadership of this organization must understand the gravity of this moment and the immediate need to restore the integrity of our institutions.
All right, Prime Minister, Devontae Hanna joins me live on the rundown tonight from the Bahamas tonight. Devontae, Prime Minister pretty strong.
Yeah.
Have you covered the Prime Minister? Have you ever seen him so strong with these sentiments?
Honestly, I'd have to say that Prime Minister's speech today was one of the strongest speeches that he's delivered since coming into office. We've heard quite a number of issues that happened over the past 3 years, particularly this year when you had that situation with Michael Johnson. You know, the Prime Minister's retort would usually be, the law is a law, and the law will play out.
Take its course, yeah.
Right, but today we saw the Prime Minister take that decisive stance, and he did say that his administration will use decisive action to figure out exactly what happened and who's involved. And it's very important that he not only says these things to reassure the public, but that he actually follows through with what he said today.
You know, people always talk about politicians and rhetoric.
Yes.
Saying, you know, they talk through these things. I think he wanted to come across different today as a man of action.
Definitely, and I think he certainly did it. He started, I think, one of the strongest lines, one of my favorite things that the Prime Minister said today was that we were going to shake that tree until the bad apples fall off. We've been hearing from the Commissioner and the Minister of National Security who said, obviously, there are some bad apples within the Royal Bahamas Police Force and within law enforcement, looking at all the things that has happened this year. Prime Minister says, your time is up.
Yeah. So the big question now is, what's next?
What's next? That meeting with the two heads of the police force and the Commodore of the Defense Force. We know that he had a meeting today with the Charge d'Affaires where he obviously, you know, said that he is committed, his administration is committed to finding out exactly what happened, and they're fully going to be cooperative with the U.S. government and with the Department of Justice as they deal with this situation. But of course, maintaining the reputation of the Bahamas is first and foremost, I believe, for the Prime Minister as he navigates this entire situation. There's no doubt that countries from around the world, all those big countries that we're going to for climate financing, and they're looking at these situations
pretty much.
Like, you know, is our money safe there? And so, of course, he's going to continue to ensure that the Bahamas name is clear and stays intact. And of course, he reassured those residents today that they will continue to work until justice is served, until the trust and the confidence is regained in law enforcement, and to an extent, this administration.
All right, Devontae Hanna, great reporting today. Thank you for that tonight. Well, Opposition Free National Movement leader Michael Pintard called a press conference moments ago, but moments after that incident in the House of Assembly this morning. He described the Prime Minister's comments on this very serious matter more empty rhetoric. He scoffed at Mr. Davis's intent to bring legislation to deal with corrupt officials, noting these laws are already on the books.
We do not believe he will be moved to make any fundamental changes. He talked about legislation that is to come to address issues of corruption among public officials. What about the legislation that already exists? We recently passed the Ombudsman Bill. What steps have they taken to give that teeth and power? We have the Freedom of Information Act. The only thing missing is for the government to pay the money to make sure that the infrastructure, that is the IT system, is available, as if they couldn't provide the information that the public requires, even in the absence of that particular system. So having not used the various pieces of legislation already available to them, we don't believe a thing he has to say about any new piece of legislation. That kind of rhetoric is too late.
Well, in an exclusive interview with ZNS, U.S. Charge d'Affaires Kimberly Furnish said this scathing indictment provides a powerful opportunity for U.S. and Bahamian government officials to continue to push to combat crime.
Good democracies like the Bahamas and the United States enforce anti-corruption and transparency and good governance. And we continue that work together. We stand steadfast with you in terms of the fight against all sorts of corruption and malfeasance. The trafficking of guns and drugs and people are important to both our countries. So we stand together in continuing that fight. And I think it's a powerful opportunity for the Bahamas to continue that fight against corruption and to continue to work towards transparency. So we'll continue with our programs as we have for the past 51 years, working together for good governance in both our countries.
All right, that's the U.S. Charge d'Affaires. And I'll tell you, people are watching the U.S. placement in this whole ordeal. We hear the U.S. official there talking about wonderful partnerships and smiling about the great relationships. I don't think Bahamians are smiling tonight because it appears to me that there's a lot of sideswiping that took place. Was the administration aware of this? Was the government informed about this? If you have a wonderful partnership, was it displayed in this? As two governments working together on drugs, did the government of the Bahamas have the intelligence there was something going on untoward? Or was this another side swipe that raises a lot of questions? If you are partners, then partners ought to share information and not have I gotcha moments. But we will see. At the end of the day, the government, the Prime Minister, his administration will protect the sovereignty, should protect the sovereignty of the Bahamas and speak up for Bahamians. And where there is lack of information sharing, well, hopefully heads will roll. You heard the Prime Minister say today that he is expecting to have a meeting with the U.S. officials. That says a lot by itself. That meeting should have happened before announcements were released. We're going to follow and see what happens. Well, when we come back, a government member of parliament, I guess he's a brave one, they sent him here tonight, to explain what transpired in the House this morning that created a heated exchange before adjournment. And videos circulating of the FNM and the coalition of independent leaders going at it in the minority room. We have that video for you tonight, and you will see it on the rundown. We're back after this. Stay close.
It's a different kind of Christmas, but everything is here to bring a smile upon your face. That's what the season brings now. See, Christmas time is the time for your family and friends. Come and shop with us and find everything that you need. Deck out your homes with all we have in store, bringing joy and so much more. And shop Smarty, and shop Smart, and shop Smart. Oh, everything is here at Shop Smart. And shop Smart, and shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Chapter One Bookstore at University of the Bahamas believes in the power of words. They have your next great adventure or that affordable textbook you need. You can go anywhere with a good book. To the library, to have coffee in a cafe, to the pool, to a cozy chair at home. And when you finish your book, you can browse for more good books from Chapter One. Chapter One Bookstore, open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., or shop online all day, every day at chapteronebooks.store.
Welcome back to the Rundown. So good to have you with us, especially those of you who are watching on social media, those of you on YouTube, and those of you who I see here in the Lion's Den. It's always great to talk to you on Facebook. Welcome, and we look forward to sharing with you tonight in this broadcast. Well, it was a rather interesting day at the House of Assembly today. Some are even calling it a day of chaos after the Prime Minister's communication. The official opposition wanted to have their say too, but that didn't happen. Joining me to tell us exactly what happened inside the parliamentary chambers is a member of parliament from Mount Moriah. You know, also as the chairman of the Bahamas Public Beaches and Parks Authority, Mikel Barnaby. Sir, welcome to the Rundown. Good to have you.
Glad to be here, Clint.
Okay, so explain this to us, because I know a lot of people said, well, what is this? The Prime Minister gave a communication. The opposition leader got up wanting to have his say, and there was that was not happening. The Speaker of the House adjourns the House until next week, Wednesday. And I guess people tried to figure out, well, are they not allowing them to speak? Right. Or why did that happen? Explain to us the parliamentary procedure.
Well, Clint, without going into all of the minutiae of the rules, I believe that the Speaker of the House made it pellucidly clear that the leader of the opposition, or whoever would have transmitted the letter, did not submit the request to speak in time. So that's the first thing. We are a house of rules, and the rules must be followed. In balancing that, one must also look at their right to speak as well. But we also have to look at all of the other members of Parliament's right to be able to reply to what they may say. And so it cannot be tantamount to an ambush. And so putting the other members of Parliament on notice is very important as well, for us to know exactly what's happening. At the beginning of the House of Assembly, when we're commencing at the start, you would see that there's a procedure there. There's the preacher, he comes on, the chaplain, he speaks, and then we go through the scroll, all the names are listed, and then there's an agenda. Correct. And a part of that agenda is for communications. And the communications part of the agenda is for ministers. Correct. So the question is whether the Prime Minister was speaking as a minister or speaking as the Prime Minister. It's irrelevant. It's a moot point. As a minister, he has the ability to speak. If you are not a minister at that time, then you would have to request leave. The right thing to do, if I was in the same shoes, what I would have done was simply request leave out of time. I'm saying to the Speaker, well, I know I'm out of time. I know I ought to have done this within a required time. It's not done in time. I would then ask my colleagues if they are able to agree. And there is a procedure. I think we discussed a procedure in the House, which would have been for a motion to pass. And if there was sufficient support, then he would be able to speak. Politics is not as cut and dry as the rules, though. Politicians have to make their voices heard. There's a lot of strain being placed on members of Parliament, especially on the opposition, to have their voices heard, to make some noise, and sometimes issues that can be resolved pretty quickly devolve into chaos. And from our vantage point, we understand what is happening, but to the public, it seems like so much is happening. It seems that there's some form of bias as, or why did they allow the government side to speak and won't allow the opposition to speak, not understanding the rules and the roles that he played in at the time. Well, the Prime Minister has been at this for a very long time. And the Bahamian people know that in the Prime Minister, what you would find is steady hands and steady leadership. And time again, we would have to advise the opposition exactly what the rules are. The rules are important. And, you know, I have said it before in the House of Assembly, not only are adults watching, our children are also watching. We have to watch our language. We have to watch the tone and the tenor. Exactly what is being debated, it should inform the way that how our addresses are done. There's time to have a jubilee in the House, and then there's time for sobriety. And I believe that today was a time for sobriety and maturity, and I didn't see that today on the other side.
Do you believe there's still too much politics when it comes to the people's business in the House of Assembly? There's still a lot of politicking going on?
Well, I think by the very nature of what we do, there will always be an element. I say time and time again, Clint, in my role as a member of Parliament, I love the people, but I hate the politics. I love the people, but I hate the politics. And the politics is a side of it that really gets me ticked off. But the fact of the matter is, they have to advance. When you look at the kind of legislative agenda that they're going up against, which is a very clear, decisive, impactful, substantive legislative agenda. The Prime Minister didn't come into the House of Assembly and pontificate. He said, listen, we're going to pass legislation to address the concerns. We don't just govern a country by what we say. We govern a country by laws. We have to have laws. The laws give us the ability to give the police something to enforce. So without us starting there, then we're just paying lip service to it. And I think the Bahamian people are smart enough to see through it.
The opposition leader said at his press conference that he believes it's just another political rhetoric, that the government is not bringing the kind of legislation that's needed to bring reforms to government and to stomp out this kind of corruption. On the outside, his chairman, Dwayne Sand, said the same thing, that they do not believe government is addressing the the issues of corruption. Now, that sounds interesting coming from 2 sides, but this is what they're saying.
And I think most people at home are saying, what do you expect them to say, Clint? What do you expect them to say, right? When you look at the way, you know, I don't look at things myopically. I tend to look at things from a wide perspective. When you look at the way that the economy is going, in terms of roaring back, the economy is much better than where we met it. From 103% debt service ratio, the Prime Minister is bringing that down steadily. I think the numbers are closer to 70% now, in the 70% range. And you could correct me, but I think around 70% to 80%. When we look at close to 10 million tourists coming into our country, you would expect the opposition to try to make some hay out of anything. Listen, the fact of the matter is, in every 5-year administration, there's going to be some issues. In the former administration, there was Dorian, there was the pandemic. In some administrations, there's going to be inflation. There's going to be hurricanes. There's going to be climate change. We are going to have issues. How you are judged is not by the issues, but how you address the issues. And we're addressing the issues. And that's the most important thing. So, you know, we expect the opposition to say what they're saying, but we're here to govern.
All right. Well, Mikhail Barnaby, thank you for joining us on the Rundown tonight to bring clarity. We appreciate it.
Wasn't so difficult.
Not at all.
Yeah,
got off easy tonight. Yeah. Well, as though the exchange in the lower chamber wasn't heated enough, the FNM also coming face-to-face with another party. This time, the Coalition of Independents, while holding their news conference in the minority room. Both party leaders, Michael Pintard and Lincoln Bain, got into a heated exchange of their own, and it seemed very personal. Take a look.
Know what to do, step down, so that people who are serious and ready to defend this nation.
You're not going to have an opportunity. You're not going to have an opportunity to debate, but allow me to ask a question.
No, I'm not debating with you.
No,
I just need you to step down if you're going to be weak.
No, I understand you are seeking to get where we are.
Over this country.
You are seeking to get where we are. And so you will attempt.
I don't want to get there. I want you to do your job, so I don't have to be doing this.
You are credible enough. The public will give you a chance.
You don't have to do that.
You are not credible enough.
You are not credible, so
I'd like to answer the question. I've never been before.
Nonetheless, we know who you are.
Go ahead.
All right? You step down.
No, I'm sorry.
$500,000.
Let me say it further.
$500,000.
Let us dispense with this part of it.
Togi and Bobo.
I have never been before the court of the Bahamas for a variety. I've never been before the court. No, I have not.
Has the chairman been condemned on the court?
I have never been before the court of the Bahamas. I have never been before the court, my brother.
Thank you. You need to stand up for the Bahamian people.
I need to stand up.
Who you?
You're going to go away.
I somebody in this country. I someone in this country. Standing on a show. I don't care for the That's all I'm here for. Stand for the Bahamian people. What do you speak about that? All right? Because of your character. Because you are Togi and Bobo. No, that's you. All right? That's you. Don't stand up because you know I can finish it.
Go ahead and
you need to stand up for the Bahamian people. All right? That's what you are.
A con artist at best.
All right?
A con artist.
That's what you are. That's what you are.
Two men that want to be leaders of the country in a time where conflict resolution is at the root of crime. These men and their organizations are calling for major intervention in crime, but cannot conduct themselves and deal with discrepancies in a mature manner. This is what the Bahamian people look at. This is what our children are seeing. And the question must come to us, if our national leaders do not know how to agree to disagree and in a public forum not understand with a live feed going that this is not the way to have public discourse, then what are we going to expect from the people on the streets when they get into arguments? And yet they will release statements, yet they will talk about we have to fix things, but you have the opportunity to show how to fix matters when you don't agree. And we cannot do it. Here is where our challenge lies in our country. We're is so easy to criticize, so easy to pull down, so easy to talk about what's not right, but our actions don't follow what's right. We have standing there a chairman of a national party talking about corruption when he was relieved of his duty because of allegations. Yet with all of the authority talking about it. Actions speak louder than words. Here we are, the leader of the opposition, who talked about what has to happen in order for our country to move to the next level and solutions to crime. And yet when he is approached from someone who attacks him on a personal level, does not turn the cheek and just say, I'm not on that run. I'm not going to address you. I'm not going to get into it back and forth with you. And then another leader who believes that his party has the answers to fix it all. But the confrontation of another leader openly wreaks havoc as far as respect and law and order. We have a serious problem in this country, and what has unfolded in the past 2 days support there's even greater challenges in the institutions of law. The last thing we need is rhetoric, confrontation, and overreaction. We need sensibility, is what I like to use the word. Common sense, respect for each other, and a love so deep for our country that we are willing to work with even the people we disagree with to bring resolution. That is the way we fight for our country's name. We're going to see how it unfolds over the next few days, and in the weeks ahead, as these stories and these headlines unfold, what is going to happen. All right, out with that. You need some positive news. This is the eve of Thanksgiving. You letting your turkey season, and you're getting it all ready for tomorrow. So let me give you something to be happy about after we've talked about the headline. Some positive news. The orange economy is in full effect as Bahamian filmmakers, actors, and actresses set to release the movie on a big screen. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Bahamians who are really making a difference. They ain't getting caught up in the rhetoric. They're doing some things to really push Bahamian talent. Tonight, we're going to get a first peek of the trailer of these movies by Bahamian actors. We're going to talk to the one who created them, and we're going to meet the actors tonight, and let's have some good times here on The Rundown. We started right after the break.
A decade ago, the Bahamas Striping Group of companies was birthed out of a passion to change the way we travel. From only a $5,000 grant, the tenacity and work ethic has propelled BSGC to one of the leading road management companies in the Caribbean. We pride ourselves on going the extra mile where others won't, through the use of our state-of-the-art equipment and our certified team. Although the success is commendable, the road has been long. Yet, the mission continues in striving to be a world-class organization ran by Bahamians for Bahamians. With the help of our experienced and hardworking team, we at the Bahamas Striping Group of companies are committed to making a difference, one road at a time.
Chapter One Bookstore at University of the Bahamas believes in the power of words. They have your next great adventure or that affordable textbook you need. You can go anywhere with a good book. To the library, to have coffee in a cafe, to the pool, to a cozy chair at home. And when you finish your book, you can browse for more good books from Chapter One. Chapter One Bookstore, open Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Saturday, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m., or shop online all day, every day at chapteronebooks.store.
From sinking last year to rising to the top this year, congratulations to Bok Chow, the 2024 Best of the Best champ.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Who's fella is man?
Boy, I don't even think it's boat registered. My Lord.
Bingston. Bingston.
Buenos dias.
Bingston! Bingston, you daydreaming again?
Guess who I just been best of the best?
In what?
In this same boat, Bucto. I gotta go back to Madrid because I just got my award and this pretty young girl is supposed to give you some champagne.
Bingston, you gotta catch yourself.
Man, Ernestine Moore, to where I gotta get ready for the best of the best regatta coming to the Montague Four Shores from December 5th to December 8th. The top sailors from around the man, Ernestine, you want to see me talking?
I'm talking.
With the best delicious local dishes and live performances. And guess what? I can be there shaking a leg.
Shaking what leg?
Ernestine, her shop.
Welcome back to The Rundown. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. Well, it's always good to watch some authentically Bahamian films. And ask yourself, when was the last time you watched a Bahamian-made film? Ask yourself. If you haven't, well, you can make up tonight, right? And next week, Saturday, December 7th, you really can say that you're into Bahamian films. Dario Eric's Productions presents a night of short films at the Atlantis Theater on Paradise Island. Now, The Inheritance is a sudden fortune that brings dreams and distractions, but can wealth mend a fractured relationship? Or will it tear them apart forever? Come on, move with me, teleprompter. Well, what in your hands? That's the next one. In the wake of a crisis, a man's path to redemption lies in his friendships and hidden talents. While he rise again? Will he rise again? That's the question. Then the other one is called Deranged. I think this is one of my favorite. A celebrated doctor's life spirals out of control as she battles her inner demons. Yeah, that's true life, so that's something. Will she reclaim her life before it's too late? Well, these are all films that are made by the gentleman who's sitting next to me. Bahamians, it's really time to get for a cinematic thrill. Joining us tonight is, of course, the brainchild behind these films, and its founder and producer, director, Dario Eric's Productions itself, Dario Poitier. Welcome to The Rundown. Good to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations for making Bahamian films and using Bahamian actors and actresses. I believe that we can do well in this industry, but, you know, we're afraid. I think the biggest thing is fear. Why people don't get involved in local filmmaking and are afraid to take the risk. You've not been afraid to take the risk. You do this time after time. Yeah. Talk to us about the fact of your passion in seeing this come to screen.
Pretty much when you have something that you're gifted with, when you have something inside of you, you could suppress it, but eventually that thing is going to come out of you.
You're right.
But it's one thing to have it in your head and then to have it on a script, on a piece of paper in front of you. But when you actually see it on a stage, and for me now, transitioning from a stage to the big screen is another thing. So it's a fulfilling feeling.
Talk about these Bahamian talents that you're using. Some very popular names, some people who we've seen. I know my good friend Malika, who used to be in the States and back here. Some talented people. Talk about them. She can pay me for that advertisement. But anyway, talk to me about the talent.
Well, most of us kind of grew together. We all know each other, whether we go to the same church or just in, like you referred to it as the Orange community. Most of us kind of know each other, just working together and just following each other and supporting each other as to whatever unique talent that you bring to the forefront.
Tell us about these films that you're going to be debuting.
Well, Deranged, one that you see, I guess that's going to be a favorite. And actually, speaking about that one just won an award about 2 days ago.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we won Best Director.
Wow.
So, and then we're up for hopefully another one. We're waiting on the results from that one. But that one basically tells the story of a typical doctor. She went abroad to become a doctor. We shot most of it in Eleuthera. The community helped her off to school. She got herself in some trouble. She picked up a bad habit. She came back to the island, and she's one of those doctors who pretty much get so personal with the patient. You know, you have to draw the line at some point, and she got herself in some trouble. So the board directors of the practice where she worked, they have to now, you know, come to some resolution, whereas we're going to keep her on board or we're going to try and get rid of her before, you know, the press take hold of what's going on. The other one, The Inheritance, that one tells the story of a couple who pretty much is dealing with grief. The typical Bahamian story, as well as I try not to just write to suit a Bahamian audience. I try to write whereas anyone from any background can actually understand and appreciate the story. This one basically tells the story of this guy who inherited a large sum of money. And you know, sometimes we as Bahamians, once money is involved, or someone died, there's house, there's property, you just do a 180, you become the opposite of who you really are. People see your true color. And the last one, what's in your hands, that one really speaks to me. And believe it or not, you spoke about Malika, that one, she inspired me to write that one. Like I said, she's from Eleuthera. We shot most of it in Eleuthera. But I remember when she was going off to school to study acting, she started selling making bread. She started baking. And I remember saying on one of her interviews, she had to ask herself, what do I have in my hand? And I was like, wow, I would like to turn that into a film. And so
she sold bread to be able to make it in an acting career.
Yes. Wow. And so that inspired me. And me, at one point during the pandemic, I was kind of down and depressed because, you know, we couldn't go out there, we couldn't do stage play or anything. So I was like, what do I have in my hand that I can use to make money to buy equipment so that I could. Most of my cast, friends and the rest of them, they were like asking me, when are we going to shoot? When are we going to do another project? And so it's like, I didn't have the answer. So I had to find out what it is that I had in my hand.
That's amazing. So we're going to go ahead and show this trailer. Now, has this been seen on any networks yet? This trailer, is it run on any networks?
No.
So you're going to, for the first time, see your trailer on network television. You ready for that? All right, let's take a look at the trailer of these 3 films coming up next week. Take a look.
Thank you for joining us, Doctor.
Thank you.
May I ask the reason for your tardiness?
Well, I was...
Never mind. Pause. Let me guess. You were in the canteen.
Should we suspend her?
Her actions merit termination.
What exactly was she drinking? Was it bourbon or Hennessy?
I refuse to allow everything my father built within this practice to be torn down by some newbie, some junior doctor that has no control.
Your father was an incredible man, and he will live forever in our hearts.
You live in North Eleuthera. You mean to tell me you drove all the way down from North Eleuthera to stick your nose in my business? Because I know that's what you came here for.
I also leave my house to my son, Harold Thompson Jr., with an estimated value of $1.8 million.
We begin with breaking news today. Financial crime investigators have launched a full-scale probe into Thompson & Associates Enterprises.
They want to take my home away. Maybe it's time for you to start your own business.
Starting your own business sounds good, but what money? What l'argent? Que dinero? I had to literally give up on life. I didn't want to be anymore. You just don't understand.
Keep your advice to yourself.
Wow. Wow, absolutely amazing. If that don't cause you want to watch, nothing will. And then, you know, I got to stick a plug in. When they don't finish the premiere, we got to find a way to get these on ZNS because they're absolutely amazing work. Just from what I see from the trailer, just the quality of shooting. And you've had your hand involved in editing and directing all of that stuff yourself.
Yes.
How long in the preparatory stage did it take to get these films ready?
The writing part of it is something that just comes natural for me. I know the range I shot, I wrote that in one night. So pretty much it just takes me a few hours to just put a script together. And then I know my cast, they're always ready to perform, so that is easy. The hardest part of this is just basically sourcing funding to make it happen. But you can't allow that to stop you. Like I said, once you have something inside you, I believe that your gift should and will make room for you. I didn't know anything about editing. When I first, like 2 years ago, we put on another production. We did 5 short films. And I reached out to other filmmakers here around the country, and I didn't get a positive feedback from them in terms of everyone coming around the table and offer what it is that they bring uniquely to the platform. But I didn't want it to just stop there with me, and so I went on YouTube and I just saw what camera to buy, how to use it, and learn how to edit myself. And here I am today, maybe 12 films under my belt.
That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Congratulations. And we have to make sure to do our part as a village to make sure that the funding is there for you, because this is absolutely amazing. And congratulations to you. So, of course, people get to see this next week. Friday, Saturday, is it?
Just Saturday.
Next week, Saturday, at the Atlantis Theater. Tickets are $40. And you get to see all of those films.
Yes.
You get to see the preview. It's 3 films.
Yes, it's 3.
It's a paradise dream. I mean, where can you get that? Yeah. Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we're going to be talking to you a lot more when success starts rolling in. Congratulations, Dario.
Thank you.
All right, so now you saw those actors. They all here. We're going to talk to the actors after the break and meet them and find out how they do what they do. And, you know, maybe we'll do an audition. Maybe I'll get an acting job. And they can use my voice rather than other people's voices. Showing some shade there, you know. The Rundown. We're back after this.
Hardware is the helpful place. Everything you need under one roof. From electrical, paint, plumbing, outdoor, barbecue, automotive, lawn and garden, pet supply, houseware, and seasons. Hurricane season is now here. So for all your hurricane needs, we have a 25% off bargain zone.
Hey, thanks. I would have given more stuff, but I didn't bring my money. I thought this was a glove, and I thought everything was free. Finally know what it is now. Ace.
We're located on St. Albans Drive, West Bay Street. Open Monday to Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and closed for lunch 2 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Our company offers a simple philosophy, open hands. What do open hands mean? If you keep your hands closed, nothing comes in, nothing goes out. If you keep your hands open, a lot of things comes in, a lot of things goes out. We cannot expect to be a successful company without blessing our community and blessing our country.
My good friend and valued client, Dominic Stirrup, approached me following a meeting we had and told me of the idea that he had of feeding 10,000 Bahamians on Thanksgiving.
There was a lot of details to put together, had to figure out how to get it done, but at the end, it was worth it. At the end, it gave me a heart of gratitude to know that our company is reaching out to so many persons.
We invite you on a journey to witness an extraordinary chapter in the story of the Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, a tale of compassion, unity, and the true spirit of Thanksgiving.
Is the Little Caesars Stuffed Crust Pizza. Get more pizza for less money. Only $12. It's a whole new level of pizza with cheese stuffed crust so spectacular that there's nothing left.
Pizza.
A delicious pepperoni pizza with the crust stuffed with lots of cheese and brushed with butter and garlic flavor and sprinkled with Parmesan cheese. Hot and ready Thursday to Saturday between 4 and 8 for only $12. Simply irresistible. And only at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
Welcome back to the show. Well, joining us are the stars of Night of Short Films. Here's the first 2 stars. We have about 6 of them here tonight. Here's the first 2, Malaika Pinda and Sharmini Adderley. Welcome to the Rundown.
Thank you.
Oh, wow, I'm sitting next to stars. Okay, so, acting. Malaika, you've been to school to do this. And how did you overcome, I guess, the question I want to ask? The naysayers who said, you're going to study acting? Where? Because you know how our people go, right? They can see as far as what's in front of them. How did you get them out of your head to really focus on what it is you wanted to do?
It's funny you would say that. I immediately thought of when I was leaving, I had this neighbor, and I told her that I was going off to study acting, and she burst out laughing. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to show you. I think that is like the biggest thing for me. Like, not that I have to prove something, but almost to show other people that it can be done.
Right.
You know, and I've seen my colleagues over there, like the Bahamians are running it.
Really?
In LA.
Really?
Yeah, we thrive, and I always tell people Bahamians can do this. I think we bring so much to the table, and because we think we, don't have that much to offer, we go over there and we give it our all. And we are definitely competing and even excelling in the film industry and the acting industry in general.
What was it like for you to appear in these films that Dario has put together?
Oh, Dario. Dario will make a film with me every time I come home if I let him, if I'm willing, every single time. And I'm always up for it. I don't know if Dario realizes how much he has inspired me and, like, even in times where I felt discouraged, like, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Dario will come, let's make something. And that'll get me going. That'll really, encourage me and motivate me to continue going. This is it.
Wow. How did you get involved in acting?
I got involved being referred by one of the actors to come in and act alongside him, and this is my first film.
Wow.
Yeah, so that was pretty nerve-wracking, but everybody on set was just so awesome and amazing. All the veterans they made you feel like family, and so it was work, but it almost didn't feel like work.
Did you always want to do acting, or you just figured, oh, I can do this?
Didn't think about it.
No,
not at all. But when you have people around you who see a little bit more in you than you see in yourself, and then that was the situation, and that's how I got into it.
Would you guys like to really see the industry evolve here in the Bahamas for people, so that there are real options for people for careers outside of? I love that picture there. Outside of just the typical career jobs we talk about, that people can actually work and do what it is they love to do.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah.
In just about any field.
And we are seeing it. Dasquay, for instance.
Yeah.
I mean, he is coming up.
Yeah.
And like a lot of people reach out to me and they're like, oh, how can I get to the States? And sometimes I just tell them, work with what you have here, because we need people to build it up here as well.
So Solution isn't going away to the U.S. and trying to get in that big market there.
I will tell y'all, America ain't always better.
Good.
I will leave it at that.
So I'm going to give you both final words on what can people expect when they come next week, Saturday, and watch you in the big screen.
You are going to get 3 amazing films with some really good acting, some really good stories that have messages in them, positive messages at the end. And so it's a night of positivity, and I think that's what we all need right now.
Honestly, I think it brings hope to people seeing Bahamians on the screen. I think it just kind of sparks something inside of you to see your own kind on the big screen. Like,
doing
we
big
are
things.
a big deal.
Yeah.
We could do this too.
What's your favorite kind of storyline?
I like drama and comedy, and that's exactly
what
we get. This is exactly what you're gonna get.
You like drama? You like drama as well?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna give you 30 seconds to do something. I'm gonna give you the plot, and I want to see. I want 30 seconds of a monologue or something with drama in it. Okay, so your son, your mother, your good son has just been arrested for drugs. He's been doing drugs for years. You benefited from it, but you can't afford to let people know that you knew about it. And of course, you have to go to the police station to try and convince them that your good son was the wrong person that they selected. You're now at the police station. Go.
Mom, you're here. Would you like to get your son? We have some paperwork for you to fill out, but right now we're not releasing him to your custody.
Why only releasing him? That's my son. I raised him. What you trying to say about me? I'm a bad mother or something?
No, Mom, I totally understand, but at the same time, we have evidence and proof.
He didn't do it. I can tell you right now. He used to go to church every Sunday. He did not do it. Release my son. Let me talk to him.
He's going to be missing church for a few Sundays because...
Excuse me?
He's not going to be released into your custody, Mom. Not right now.
Well, I'll be. I call in the superintendent.
Oh, absolutely amazing. That's absolutely amazing. Thank you, ladies, for being here. I can't wait to see you on the big screen. We're going to meet 2 more actors, but after the break. Stay close.
But I don't go in water, just grab me Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs.
Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine one.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
My initial inspiration came about because of a desire to travel and see the world. I was brought up in an environment, no aviators, and at a very early age I decided I wanted to go places and see people and new things other than what we've got here in the Bahamas. And because of that, I decided, well, maybe I ought to, rather than just going those places, take people to those places.
I have been coming to this island since I was 12 years old. It didn't take me long to realize the rich history it has here. When I bought this island in 2018, I fulfilled a lifelong dream. The goal is not only to preserve the memories I made over those years, but to make new ones and to give others the opportunity to do the same. As we go through this process, it has become clear to me, we aren't just rebuilding an island, we're reviving a legend.
Welcome back. We're almost winding down now. We got a couple more guests to get on the show, meeting actors now who are appearing in the short film that you have to go and see at Atlantis. You have to go next week, Saturday, and see these movies. They're going to be really great. Osborne Lockhart and France Ferguson, welcome. I'm excited because I saw you all in the trailers and they're like, oh my goodness, that's the stars. So tell us, how'd you get into acting? Who's going to go first?
It was just a dream.
Really?
Yeah.
You always wanted to go do acting?
Always, all my life. And I got the opportunity. Funny thing with Dario, on stage plays. First time I started acting, and professional acting, I would say, in the Bahamas. And then from there was just uphill.
Wow.
He transitioned into the big screen, so he says, and we're just gonna keep going from there. Just up, 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 because I believe we can do it.
What about you?
Yeah, well, I was always a comedian from small. Always wanted to act. Always told my mom I wanted to be able to perform amongst millions. You know, I wanted to be on TV. Like, you know, like kids say, I want to be on TV, and then you see yourself on TV. I want TV. I used to be excited, and I did a lot of plays in primary school, high school, and I had the opportunity to be Dario. Actually, Osborne and I, we worked together before. And he actually brought me into Dario. And I met Dario, and from there was on, you know, like what they say, was uphill. And his movies, his writing inspired me, and it attracted me. And I was like, I need to be in your movies, you know. So transitioning from stage plays to movie was a big thing for me, you know.
It's good to see men involved in this. What is one thing you want to say to other actors out there, people who believe they have a gift in the creative arts and are afraid, well, can I do this or can I not do this? What do I pursue? What advice do you give to them?
Reach out. What do you have to lose by following your dream? Absolutely nothing. Try to contact somebody. Reach out to one of us. We'll help. We believe in helping Bahamian actors accomplish their dreams because we believe in the talent Bahamians have. Bahamians are very talented people. It's just a lot of us don't have the platform. We don't have the stage to display our gifts. So reach out to someone. We're always looking for new talent, new actors, new people to get out there.
I'll give you the final word. What about you? What advice would you give to people out there?
Well, don't be afraid. You know, take risk. You know, if something you really love and you want to do it, do it. Don't stop. You know, don't give up, but don't get depressed if you feel like you're not going to make it. You're going to make it. You know, just keep going and going. You know what I mean? I know sometimes I've been in places where I didn't like or I felt like I didn't do well, but I never stop. I keep going. I learn more. And I just go ahead and follow my own dreams.
Okay, you know, we got to give everybody a chance to show off their ability. You got 15 seconds. You're going to show me your face of extreme anguish and pain, and you're going to show me one of extreme jubilant and laughter. Ready? Go.
Why are you laughing, man? That's funny.
You're good. You're good.
Just, you know how you sound? A mule and a donkey mix. Do it again for me, please.
We're back after this with our next 2 actors right after this.
Family bonds provide a crucial support system, often filling the gaps that might otherwise lead to reliance on social assistance.
If we get the family structure support system right, you won't see adult children willingly putting their parents in senior citizens' homes. You won't see anyone putting children up for adoption. We should be the safety net for when the family begins to have some challenges.
Addressing the root causes of dependency is essential, as our goal is to shift the focus from merely providing aid to fostering self-reliance.
We must be prepared to move persons from dependency to self-sufficiency to economic empowerment. And I'm asking the public to join us on this journey.
This has been the Heartbeat Brief, an inside look at the Ministry of Social Services, Information and Broadcasting.
Welcome back to Rundown. Our final 2 actors for the night. Right before we close, Orly Smith and Lakeisha Ferguson. Listen, now y'all are some great colleagues who've been acting. They're simply amazing. What do you like most about acting?
It gives you an opportunity to express your inner soul. And Dario has done that for me. He has actually given me the gift that I wanted to portray. So, you know, sometimes you're home and you'd be dancing around, but now I have an opportunity to actually do it on stage.
Wow. What has it been like for you being able to do acting?
It's been a dream. I remember when I was a child, I used to stand in the mirror when nobody was at home, and I would just be in the mirror, just reciting roles, just acting. And whenever my mother came, I would hide. I didn't want anybody to know that, hey, I was acting, I loved acting. But it's just a dream. I love it. Dario made it a possibility with allowing me to be a part of his movies, the stage plays. I just love acting.
What is your favorite role, obviously, in acting? Is it your first time on screen?
No, I actually did the first movie that he did, Ungrateful.
Okay.
And, well, I was one of the sisters, and she had a past that, you know, was not nice. However, I enjoyed that role a lot. I was able to express myself, the emotion. I just loved the character.
What about you, your character?
I actually enjoyed my role as Dr. Pam, because I believe that persons will need an opportunity for a second chance. I usually deal with that in my personal life. So being an actor, acting the role as Dr. Pam, I had the opportunity to really put myself in her position. She'd been to school, she'd been doing so much great things, and she made some different, difficult situations, some challenges she had, and I was able to assist her to say, give her another opportunity. So I believe that this is going to be good.
Really?
This is going to be amazing.
Yes.
December the 7th, Atlanta is going to be it.
Oh, yeah.
You cannot miss it.
All right.
You cannot.
So you got 50 seconds to convince me why I should take you out to Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow, and why I should take you out to Thanksgiving dinner tomorrow. All right? Ready? Let's hear your pitch.
There's nothing like a good dinner. And I know what I can do for you, baby.
Praise the Lord.
Give thanks with a grateful heart.
What about you?
Listen, my food will keep you coming back for more. Shut up.
It's 9 o'clock. The children are asleep. Thank you so much. It's been great having all of you here. And of course, that's next week, Saturday, at Atlantis Theater. Get your tickets and watch these Bahamian actors on the big screen. Doing a great thing. That's the rundown for all of us. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow. Please have a great Thanksgiving tomorrow. Don't forget 11 o'clock news. Royston Jones, he work yet? Royston Jones is going to be in the building. Oh, Royston's right over there. Oh, somewhere around here. Royston Jones in the building. He'll have the latest and news and information at 11 o'clock. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. Good night.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
You and Your Money is brought to you by